What is going on YouTube? Running on Sports back here with another video. Today is our college football week 1 review. Week 1 in the books for the college football season. Some upsets, some major upsets, and some teams taking care of business, and some close calls for some teams as well. And so we got a lot to talk about in this video. Week 1 was a great week of football, possibly one of the best week 1 we've ever had recently, but really just in general. So it was a great week 1 that we were treated to, and I was really happy to see these games because it was a lot of fun to watch, especially the Georgia versus Clemson game was a great game. But so if with that being said, if you have not subscribed already, please subscribe. Follow our social media pages at runningun_sports on Instagram, and follow our TikTok at runningunsports. And with that being said, let's get right into the video with the first game of the week. The Coastal Carolina defeated the Citadel 52-14. No surprise there. Coastal Carolina jumped to number 17 in the AP poll after their win this weekend. Utah defeated Weber State 40-17. A good win for them, and obviously, just taking care of business, a game that they should have won. They move up to 21st in the college football AP poll ranking. So pretty convincing win, I'd say, and I thought that was good, and they obviously took care of business, and you like to see that. And Utah, I think right now they're being slept on in a way, and they're gonna be a decent team, and they're gonna give some teams in the Pac-12 some tough games, some close games, and I think that's gonna it's gonna be interesting to see because not that many people are giving them the credit that they deserve. So we'll see. Ohio State, a very close game for them. They survive, get out of Minnesota 45-31, a very close game. CJ Stroud did not play that well, and obviously the receivers they have there is insane. The receiving talent that they have and the depth that they have. So he played bad, his stats say that he played good, but he really did not play that good. And if you watch the game, you just saw that he did not look that good. And his receivers definitely helped him out in a big way. Just a big time, close game for them, and that's kind of scary for them. The way their season started off. But at Minnesota, I thought that Minnesota would have given them a tough fight, and they sure did. So I thought that was a pretty good game. The final game on Thursday was Southern Utah at Arizona State. Arizona State defeated Southern Utah 41-14. The only game on Friday was a big upset. North Carolina lost to Virginia Tech 17-10, and that's not good at all. North Carolina was ranked number 10 at the time, and they dropped all the way to 24. And you can't lose that game to Virginia Tech. Yes, it is at home, or it is at Virginia Tech, but you're a top 10 team, and I had a lot of faith in them, and I thought that they were going to give Clemson a tough game this year, but it does not look like that anymore. Sam Howell did not play like a Heisman candidate. At 17-32, 208 yards, only one touchdown and 3 interceptions. A horrible game for him, and just not a good look for them at all. Dropping from 10 to 24th is bad. Tulane versus Oklahoma, very, very, very close game. This game was moved to Norman, Oklahoma after the Hurricane Ida, obviously. And Tulane kept it close for the whole game. And another team that not a good week 1 for them. They should have destroyed Tulane, and only winning by 5 points at home. This is not a good look for them at all. And Spencer Rattler did not do the greatest that he could have done, and 2 interceptions for him. But their defense definitely a huge problem for sure. And Tulane made that defense made Tulane look like Alabama, the way that they were running all over them. It was ridiculous. So Penn State versus Wisconsin. This arguably could have been the best game of the weekend. It was very low scoring and came down to the very last play. And first half was a very low scoring game. And I thought that this was a defensive battle. It was a very fun game to watch. And they it was 0-0 at halftime, and then 7-7 going into the fourth quarter. Penn State got a field goal and a touchdown. PAT was missed, and but Graham Mertz did not play that well, throwing 2 interceptions at the end and 2 costly interceptions. But Penn State really did not do that much. But I think that it came down to Wisconsin turning the ball over in clutch situations. Really, that's what it was at the end of the day. Fresno State versus Oregon, another bad Week 1 performance for Oregon. Team that I thought had a chance versus Ohio State. No longer, I think that after Fresno State keeping it close versus them. Fresno State's a good team, don't get me wrong, but Oregon is the 11th ranked team in the country, and they struggled against the Fresno State Bulldogs, a non-Power 5 team. They dropped to number 12 in the rankings, only 1 spot, and they were at home. Alabama versus Miami, a game that a lot of people definitely thought were going to be a lot closer. Alabama won by 31 points, and they played insane in the first half, but I just didn't think they played that well in the second half. Alabama did, and gave up a couple touchdowns. Miami, I thought they would have given them a little more of a fight, but Alabama rolled over Miami. Cincinnati defeated Miami, Ohio, 49-14. No real shocker there. Iowa and Indiana, number 17 versus number 18. Iowa defends the home turf and wins 34-6 in a blowout win. And this was really a surprising game to me, and I did not expect the game to be this big of a blowout. Iowa State versus Northern Iowa, and Iowa State, the number 7 team in the country, and they almost lost to Northern Iowa. It was ridiculous, and I thought that was crazy. And Northern Iowa is not that good of a team, but they did not take care of business the way they should have. I mean, a win is a win, but still should not have been that close in any way. Louisiana versus Texas. Texas defeated Louisiana 38-18. I thought that game had a chance to be close. Really did not end up being that way. Texas ran away with it. San Jose State versus USC. And I thought San Jose State was going to give them a good fight. They were quiet in the first quarter, down 14-0, or the first half, and then they came in and they scored, but I think it was just too little, too late. They threw a pick six, I believe, and it just went downhill from there, and USC ran away with it. Georgia versus Clemson, the big game of the week, and Georgia defeated Clemson 10-3. This was a great game to watch and very entertaining, and the only touchdown scored was a pick six from DJ Uiagalelei. And Georgia's defense is very good, but their offense is average, dang near below average, because they do not have some star players on at receiver, whatnot. But they did not look that good. But Clemson's offensive line was horrible, horrible. 7 sacks given up. And DJ Uiagalelei's shirt might as well have been a green jersey. The way he took so many sacks, it was ridiculous amount of sacks. Just no protection back there. I feel like at every play left and right, he was eating the turf. It was not a good game for the Clemson offensive line at all. They just had no time to do anything and let anything set up. FAU versus Florida. Florida taking care of business, winning 35-14. FAU is pretty solid group of 5 teams, so that's a decent score for that game. Kent State versus Texas A&M. Kent State kept it close in the first quarter, but Texas A&M ultimately ran away with it 41-10. Montana versus Washington. Montana upsets the Huskies, and this was just an embarrassing game if you are a Huskies fan. I don't know how you lose this game. You're a Division One team and you're playing a Group of 5 team, FCS I believe even, FCS team I believe, and you lose 13-7 at home. The Washington Huskies and Montana play almost every year, and Washington normally wins this game by a good amount of points, and somehow they lose this game at home. And ever since Chris Peterson left as the head coach, just gone downhill for Washington. Horrible start to the season. Obviously dropped out of the top 25, and it's not a good start to the season by any means. LSU versus UCLA. UCLA pulls off the win in front of the home crowd, 38-27. A good game, but the offense of UCLA was just too much, and LSU's offense could not keep up with UCLA's offense. At the end of the day, Notre Dame and Florida State. Notre Dame defeated Florida State 41-38 in overtime, and this was just a great game. And it came down to the very end. McKenzie Milton comes in after literally almost losing his leg 3 years ago in a horrific injury, and he comes back in, leads a comeback. I mean, this is as close as a movie script that you could find. Unfortunately, lose in the end, but Notre Dame did not play well at all, and I thought this would be a close game. I thought Florida State would give them a good shot, and they ultimately did at the end of the day. And I thought that was very promising for that young team and that young, not really experienced coaching staff for them, and I was really impressed the way they played. And it just came down to a missed field goal really at the end, but McKenzie Milton, a true warrior. What a great story that was. So that will wrap it up for today's video. If you guys have not already, please leave a like down below, subscribe, share this with your friends. Thank you guys so much for watching.